What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Neon Mushroom channel. Today, we're playing a deck that I don't typically play on the MTGO leagues. I tend to stick to counterspell decks when I can, and I was sitting down actually to record some Frogtide leagues. I talked about it a little bit previously, and I'm getting to the point where I want to start mixing in even more MTGO content into the channel. And since I have a play style that most people who are, or you guys who have subscribed, are probably aware of, I'm just going to lean into the fact that I like playing decks like Frogtide, and you're going to get like multiple Frogtide leagues in a month sometimes, and I hope that's okay with you. If it's not, like, leave a comment, but I'm probably going to do it anyway, to be honest, because I play it off camera a lot for fun because I like the deck and I should probably just make more content out of it. Today, it's Eldrazi through the Breach. This deck should need no introduction. It's a huge, like, power player in the modern format. It's a one-ring deck. For all you people who don't like it, I'm sorry, you can go away now. I'm cool with the One Ring. I think it's an egregiously designed card, but the power level of the One Ring is needed for these more reactive decks, or in this case, I guess this isn't a reactive deck, but you know, decks like Jeskai couldn't keep up with decks like Boros Energy without a card like that. So we're a One Ring deck. We're doing Sowing Mycospawn, Ancient Stirrings, Talisman of Impulse. This is all ramp / find things in your deck stuff, and the purpose of the deck is to cast the card Through the Breach, which if you don't know what it does, you can put a creature card from your hand into the battlefield, and then that creature gains haste, and you sacrifice that creature at the beginning of the next end step. Surprise, surprise, we're going to jam a giant Eldrazi into play. This deck can do it pretty quickly, thanks to the consistency of new cards like Devourer of Destiny, and the acceleration from new cards like Ugin's Labyrinth, which lets you do things like play a ring on turn 2 if you have an Ugin's Lab and a Talisman. Cozy's Command is a busted card. Let me make myself a little bit smaller here so you can kind of see what's going on the sideboard. Nothing crazy. Cards that, if you're familiar with the deck, you're used to. Trinisphere, Stonebrain, All Is Dust. There's some more All Is Dust in the main. Veil of Summer, Worldbreaker, more Cozy's Returns. I'm actually playing a full set in the deck just because, like, I want to respect the energy matchup, even though I think it's strong for us. I haven't played this deck a ton, so I want to lean back on, like, the get out of jail free card. That's all you need to know about this deck. It's like a pretty easy deck. I imagine it's easy to pilot. It's pretty out of my play style, but how difficult could it be? I say that now. I'm probably going to go 1-4, but you guys will get to see that happen anyway. So let's get into the first game of a modern Magic the Gathering Online league. Okay, we found our first opponent, and we win the die roll. I think, so we're going to look at this opening 7. If I had to take a guess, this deck wants to mulligan somewhat aggressively, but we'll see what the 7 looks like. We've got an Eldrazi Temple, 1 Devourer, 3 Sowing Mycospawns, Cozy's Command in the One Ring. I think if one of these Mycospawns was like a colored source or something like that, we'd try it, but having a Devourer of Destiny in our hand to reveal is just like the risk rate's way too high to try to reveal Devourer and like dig out of this. So we'll take a mulligan to 6. This hand, let's see, we've got an Eldrazi Temple, which is going to help with the Mycospawns. We can reveal a Devourer. So we probably got 3 Mycospawns, a Forest, a Temple, Talisman. Yeah, what we want to do is keep 2 Mycospawns, ship 1. We'll lead on revealing Devourer of Destiny and try to find like a ring or maybe another mana source, some more acceleration, and we'll try to go from there. So we're going to keep this 6 and ship a Sowing Mycospawn. See ya. Done. Now, I would like to perform a pregame action. All right, Devourer of Destiny, do your thing. All right, we see 2 Talisman of Impulses and 2 Ancient Stirrings. What we should probably do is exile everything but an Ancient Stirrings, play the Eldrazi Temple this turn, then next turn play Forest, drop Talisman of Impulse, go to 19 to cast the Ancient Stirrings that we draw for turn, and try to find a ring or something I think could be pretty effective, or maybe another soul land, something like that, or just a mana source so we can try to like jam this Sowing Mycospawn and get the game going. But I think that's what we'll do. We'll put Ancient Stirrings back on top, we'll exile those 3, and let's go to the first main phase. All right, here is my... Do I need to make a green? It doesn't matter what order I do this in. I guess I'll play Eldrazi Temple just in case something weird happens. And pass. Our opponent didn't reveal a companion, so hopefully they're not playing the mirror and they're just much faster. Because this deck, this isn't a particularly fast hand. I just didn't really want to go to 6 or 5. Cycle Street Wraith, sure. Blood Grip, please don't Thoughtseize me. It's Burning Inquiry. Okay, I think we're playing against Hollowed One. That's tough. All right, we get to keep our green source and Ancient Stirrings. We don't get our acceleration though. And there is a Hollowed One, which is not great for us. A second Hollowed One. We are in deep doo-doo. That's tough, huh? All right, let's take a draw step. Draw another Devourer, not particularly useful. Let's tap this for green, give our opponent a life, and we will cast Ancient Stirrings. Let's see, we probably just take a land here. Taking a Talisman doesn't seem to make very much sense to me. I wish we had a soul land in here, something that let us, well, no, we do have 1 more Sowing Mycospawn left, so maybe we just take like Karplusan Forest and call it a day. Yeah, I think that's what we do. We'll take the Forest and any order to the bottom, and then we will, unfortunately, pass the turn. Our opponent putting 8 power into play on turn 1 is not something we sign up to be able to beat. Raucous Theater, sure. Please don't Burning Inquiry me again. That would be tough. Detective Phoenix, sure. All right, now this is a 2-turn clock. I think we just like for sure lose now. I'm not sure how we're supposed to beat this. All right, we take 10, go to 10. Me go, me draw. Cozy's Command. Can we, this deals with CMC, right? Exile target creature with mana value X or less. Yeah, these sure are 5 drops. So we can drop Sowing Mycospawn and maybe block this hollow one and try to keep going. We gotta try it, right? Add 2, add a green, you can gain a life, I don't care. Add a colorless. Here is Sowing Mycospawn. Cast, boop, boop. Trigger the Mycospawn. I think I need to get a soul, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I get a soul land and then top deck a land, I can Devourer. More likely I can use Cozy's Command to try to stun the bleeding. Can you hit colorless permanents? Yes, you just hit creature. So yeah, we probably want to get Eldrazi Temple. That's what we'll do. There's my temple. And then we have the Sowing Mycospawn, and then good luck me, pass turn. Bauble, sure. Bauble yourself, that's weird. Mesa, go to combat, swing all. Meaning they don't have a way to destroy my Mycospawn, which is like kind of great. All right, we block. Leave me alone. Go to 4. All right, on tap draw. You draw off Bauble, that's tough. All right, I don't think, casting Devourer of Destiny doesn't do anything for us. Both of those hollow ones, even without the Detective's Phoenix, are lethal. And the Devourer of Destiny is, I believe, the permanent it exiles needs to be 1 or more colors. Hollow one sure is colorless. This is a interesting position we find ourselves in. It's probably correct to go Ancient Stirrings and try to find the One Ring, if I had to take a guess. So that's what we'll do. Here is my Ancient Stirrings. Are any of you the One Ring? No? Good talk. Can I cast this All as Dust? Doesn't matter, those hollow ones are colorless, so we are just dead. That's the beats, huh? I don't know how much sideboard action we have for a deck like this. I'm pretty sure that all as Dust is pretty tough against the hollow one deck. So we'll take those out. Let me see, Veil of Summer, it's probably medium. They may have Thoughtseize, but I don't think it's that good. Cozy's Return, same situation. They probably need to take the Cozy's commands out, or the Cozy's Returns out. It doesn't destroy hollow one, and that's tough. The Stone Brain's like fine. Trinisphere early could be debilitating, I feel like. Yeah, we're probably going to try to make room for 3 Trinispheres. Or no, 4 Trinispheres. I think we're just going to go all in. We're not going to try to wipe the board of the hollow one deck. What we are going to try to do is jam a turn 2 Trinisphere and hopefully just lock them out for long enough for us to do our game plan. Let's try that. You win the die roll. Would you like to play first? I sure would. All right, opener, what do you have for me? I've got an Eldrazi Temple as my only mana source. I've got a Devourer of Destiny. I could Devour. I do have the Trinisphere. So I could keep this Devourer, try to hit land, and then turn 2 Talisman of Impulse into Ancient Stirrings. Does that make the Trinisphere too late? Do I need something more impactful? I feel like I do. Yeah, let's mulligan. This just seems a little clunky. This one has the Through the Breach in the hand. I've got 2 mana sources along with a Talisman of Impulse. I'm probably supposed to like keep this and ship. That's awkward. What am I supposed to ship? I've got a turn 3 One Ring as long as I can find the mana source. Maybe the Sowing Mycospawn's kind of medium. Yeah, let's keep this and ship Sowing Mycospawn. Okay, done. Me open on Ancient Stirrings. Ooh, opponent moves to 5. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. The Hollow One matchup's weird because Hollow One's very much not a real deck. But right now there's like a bunch of, I mean, I guess in the history of Magic, there's always like some random deck or group of decks that Hollow One can just kind of spike. This feels like one of those matchups. But Hollow One's not the most consistent deck either, so we'll see what happens. Ancient Stirrings into, let me see, we can grab E-Temple. We could just grab the Emrakul for the Kessig Wolf Run, although if we can jam this One Ring, we'll probably just find a payoff for the Through the Breach. And we really don't want to miss our land drop just ever. So I think we're just going to take an Eldrazi Temple and be very safe. Any order, pass turn. That may be like, maybe I'm too much of a cautious player to play a deck like this. Maybe like a better not E-Tron, but Through the Breach player would have been like, I'm taking Emrakul, and I'm going to turn 3 or turn 4 Through the Breach, but that seems dangerous. Burning Inquiry? Nethergoyf, sure. Yeah, that's much less important to me. Mishra's Bauble, is it coming? Are you just passing? Love that for me. Okay, me go. Okay, I drew the Emrakul anyway, so I'm cracked at Magic, confirmed. We'll play E-Temple. We'll jam out a Talisman of Impulse, planning to One Ring next turn, and just hoping that's enough. Mountain, we go combat? We schmack me for 1. Me take 1. I think if they had like a Burning Inquiry effect, they would have done it pre-combat. So we go to my turn. I draw a card. That's an Ulamog. That's sweet too. Here comes my One Ring. Colorless, 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 colorless. To One Ring. One Ring to baby. Bowman? Sure. Yeah, you got it. Youch. Okay, get protection from everything. And I don't want them to like Bowman me if I draw on their turn. So I'll just activate the ring now. We get a Boseiju, we have protection from everything, so as long as they don't Burning Inquiry me, we're just going to Emrakul or Ulamog them next turn. Now, if we're able to Through the Breach, we're going to have to Through the Breach the Emrakul. Obsidian Charmal's tough. That means unless we draw a soul land, we're going to have to hold off. We get a couple draws, though. Charmal's a pretty good play from our opponent. Okay, we go my turn. Soul land, please. I really just need the good soul land. I take a damage, I draw a card. All right, let's take a shot at drawing soul land. Not quite, but we do get to Mycospawn. You got Bowmaster triggers, buddy. Shoot me in the face. Shoot me in the face, brother. Yep, me take it. All right, then I will play Grove. I will grant you a life, and then I'll make a bunch of colorless. And here is my Sowing Mycospawn. I'm actually going to use the Sowing Mycospawn to go grab an Ugin's Labyrinth, because I would like to tuck, let's see here. Let's tuck Ulamog the Defiler under it. That way it's exiled, so if I Through the Breach the other Ulamog, it's like real bad for them because it has Annihilator 10. And then if they're able to Thoughtseize me or something, like, I guess if they Thoughtseize me to get Through the Breach, then that's not great. But I can, like, protect a thing and put a card in exile for Ulamog. That said, I could just put Emrakul under there and give Ulamog Annihilator 15. Sure. Ugin's Lab triggers. I'm gonna pop an Emrakul under there. That's where you go. And then we just hope that they can't, whatchamacallit, destroy this Ugin's Lab. That'd be ideal. And this Sowing Mycospawn's, like, certainly on blocking duty. Street Wraith cycle, pay 2 life, sure. Burning Inquiry is tough. Okay, we might be able to keep the Through the Breach in the Ulamog. We'll see what happens. We keep a Through the Breach in the Ulamog, so that's not the worst. Am I dead becomes the question. 4, 5, 6. I need to do a count real quick. I might just be dead anyway, because they only need to deal 13 here, and that's tough. All right, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just dead. I cannot beat that. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Attack power. Rats. We just got absolutely destroyed by Hollowed One. I don't think that matters very much. I'm not worried about the Hollowed One matchup, but we did get got. Let's get into round 2. Okay, round 2. We didn't win the die roll this time. Maybe we open on Gemstone. Does our deck contain a Gemstone? I kind of just did a little bit of a net deck. Let me check the actual build real quick. Collection. Do we have a Gemstone Cavern? We have one. So it is a thing that can come up, is why I'm checking. Okay, we've got an incredibly fair hand that does nothing quickly. This is like an easy mulligan. This hand is, let me see, we've got a Gemstone opener. Cozy's Command, X2. I think we're supposed to keep this, pitch a Cozy's Command, and then what do we do from there? Is that good? I mean, we gotta hope to draw really well, but I don't think we're gonna like not Cozy's Command with this hand. The turn 1 Talisman of Impulse is like the payoff, right? We're just hoping to draw a ring or something. Do we go to 5 from here? That's kind of interesting. If I were to keep this, I would definitely pitch a redundant Cozy's Command. Then the big question becomes, what do I pitch to Gemstone Caverns? The answer is probably Emrakul. Do I keep like accelerate out Cozy's Command early hand? Probably on 6. I think I'll keep this. I'm gonna go for that line. Sorry, y'all are watching me learn to play this deck too, which is, I'm sure, just thrilling. Okay, here's my Gemstone. I'm gonna exile this Emrakul, and you do your thing, opponent. Did my opponent keep a no land hand? Oh, they're just going to their second main phase. Are you gonna Thoughtseize me? Pretty please don't Thoughtseize me. That would end my whole career. Ooh, just an Elegant Parlor. That seems, if this is, oh wait, do we have a Jeggy? Let me look in here. It might just be Boros Energy. In which case, as long as we can like not die on turn 5, we probably have time to just find everything we need to win the matchup. Ooh, it's Mardu Energy. I don't know if that's better or worse for us. All right, we take a draw step. Another Talisman of Impulse isn't the worst. Let's play Eldrazi Temple. Let's tap for 2 and play Talisman of Impulse. Okay, opponent. On turn 1, I've put 3 mana into play. You figure it out. I don't know. They do have Thoughtseize, which makes it a little tougher. But I think we're not going to play around Thoughtseize. We're just going to get all of our mana into play and Cozy's Command for the highest amount we possibly can. Hi, Johnny. Is it a Johnny time? There he is. Hiya, Johnny. Make a kitty cat pass to me. Love to see it. Me take draw. Me big draw. Devourer of Destiny, not the worst. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm at the point where I'll be able to hardcast this after I Cozy's Command, so we're just hoping to not get Thoughtseized. We'll go colorless. Actually, no. In a pinch, we might need to Cozy's for 1. I don't think we will, but I want to be able to. So we'll go colorless, Talisman of Impulse. It would actually be a Cozy's for 2. All right, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So we're like, with this Kozilek's Command, if we Cozy's for 4, any Eldrazi we find we should be able to cast. Well, not necessarily. Any Ulamog we find we'll be able to cast. What is this, Amped Raptor? There it is, Amped Boy. What do we hit? Orcish Bowmaster? That's pretty tough for me. One thing I would consider taking off this Cozy's Command is like a Kozilek's Return. It's going to be real good here. Did we just not cast the Orcish Bowmaster? Maybe they're playing around Kozilek's Return. All right, attack for 3, I'll take it. First blood, 17. Ouch. Cool. Do you have a land drop? You don't? Good talk. Me go. All right, I draw Kozilek's Return. I'm going to actually hang back for a long time and try to use this Kozilek's Return to blow my opponent out. It might even make sense to just take 5 damage here and go to 12 and do it at end step. Aether Hub, make an energy. Okay, what is this? Obnix, the adversary. Are you not casualtying? I would have casualtied the Cat Warrior and flipped my Ajani personally. That play seemed like it would have been pretty good. Okay, make a devil, sure. Well, now they're tapped out and I don't need to do anything. I'm just gonna Kozilek's Return now. Here, you can have a life. No, thank you. Yep, you have triggers that Ajani sure would flip if it were still alive. Let's blow this up so you can see things. All right, Ajani, sure, yeah, that resolves, dude. On the bright side, I go to 15 or 16. That's pretty good for you. Why did you not casualty that Ob? You could have a flipped Ajani. Maybe they misclicked. Migo? Now if I just draw the land, I might just Devourer and exile the Ob. Okay, we're not gonna do that, but we've got 2 Devourers, so we're just gonna Cozy's command on their end step for, what is that gonna be, 1, 2, 3, 4? Make 4 Scions, and try to put something sick on top of our library. Seems good. And if we don't find anything sick, we'll just start casting Devourers until morale improves. They're gonna tick up Ob, I'm just gonna take the damage. Lose 2. Amped Raptor? Why not? Okay, what do we get? Flage? Sure, I'll go to 11 if you want to cast the Flage, which you should. That being in your graveyard seems pretty good. They just exile the Flage. I don't understand. Okay, they're gonna Thoughtseize. Now's a great time to do this. Colorless, whatever color, whatever color, whatever color, whatever color. Cozy's command. Cast. I would like to create a bunch of things and do the scry thing. I will be target player, and then I will pay the mana. Wow, this card seems messed up, huh? Okay, the One Ring seems sweet. What if I so I get to scry 4. So let's put Emrakul on the bottom, Ancient Stirrings on the bottom, and then let's put Ancient Stirrings on top, followed by the ring on top. We'll do it like that. Oh no, you draw the card. Oh, I've made a mistake. I forgot I get to draw the card. They'll take the ring. I don't know how much it matters because I'm just going to start casting Devourer of Destinies, but I forgot it's not just a scry 4, it's scry 4 draw a card. That was a blunder. I should have let myself draw and copy of Ancient Stirrings. We won't make that mistake again, don't worry. Also, in this game, I'm not entirely sure how much it matters. So we take a draw, we know what we're getting, it's Ancient Stirrings. Let's go ahead and give our opponent a life and just cast the Ancient Stirrings just in case something crazy happens. Like we find a second ring. There's our second ring, we'll grab it. And then you all can go to the bottom in any order. And now I will cast my ring. Hiya. Get protection. Hiya. I will draw and card. Yahoo, it's a Sowing Mycospawn. I don't think that particularly matters. I will not attack. Go, go, go. Land? Cool. I like you drawing land. Man, if only you were casting these spells from exile. What are you holding your energy for? Are you planning to do some sneaky Chthonian stuff? That'd be fine, I guess. Tap for black? Sure. Oh, were you thinking about Thoughtseizing me? But I have protection from the ring? Is that what's going on? I think so. No attacks. Probably tick up your Ob though, right? There you go. I'll lose 2 life. The protection from the ring doesn't stop that because it's not targeted and it's not damage. So we just wind up losing 2. We'll go to 11 and draw a card. Talisman of Impulse is cool. We'll draw 2. Do you have a Bowmaster? No, cool. That's an Ulamog. I can just cast this. Do we do that? Probably. Let's play this Boseiju. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can cast the Ulamog, and then I'll get to Cozy's Return too, so I can wipe out that Amped Raptor. And then how do they deal with the Ulamog? I guess they can chain to the rocks it or something, but I don't know. This play seems fine to me. We're gonna go for it. Cast, go, colorless, whatever. Well, no, I guess we'll leave 1 mana up because our Cozy's command is gonna destroy everything anyway, right? So, boop, 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 boop. Boop. Hey, here's this Ulamog, dude. Exile the top half of your library, please. Cool. Cozy's? I guess that's just a free kill of Amped Raptor. Here's my Ulamog. Okay, this Ulamog is a 22-22. Kill it if you can, I guess. Okay, they concede, which makes sense. I have no clue what they're supposed to do about that 22-22. All right, how do we sideboard this matchup? Okay, here's what I went with, and this is where I'm gonna make a little call out because I think enough people watch these videos now where some of you probably put reps into this deck, so definitely let me know in the comments how you would sideboard with the configuration I have here in this matchup, because I do have a sneaking suspicion taking out Ancient Stirrings might be wrong. My reasoning is that it competes directly with Trinispheres in the mid game, and I'm not interested in that competition, but maybe it's just correct to have Ancient Stirrings, so it's kind of like playing 8 copies of Trinisphere, so you can find it and all that. But I'm adding the next 2 Cozy's Returns to have a full playset, which is going to make it very difficult for them to hang out on the ground. Because of that, I'm trimming down to 1 All Is Dust, so that gives me 5 full-on board wipes. In conjunction with the rings, that seems like it's probably enough. And then the Trinisphere is obviously insane. And then we're trimming the Ancient Stirrings for the previously mentioned reason. And then we're trimming an Ulamog just because I wasn't sure what to cut. And I think that Emrakul in this matchup should typically get the job done. And I can go a little bit slower because I'm kind of a control deck in this matchup. So that's my thinking. But any specialists of this deck, I know some of you jerks who I know in real life watch these videos. So instead of lurking, Mike, why don't you do a little comment and let me know how you sideboard. Okay, this hand is deep doggy doo-doo. We don't have a single mana source. So that's just like a free mulligan. This hand is double Eldrazi Temple with no green source, which is a little bit funky. I think we have to mulligan this as well. If one of these Eldrazi Temples was a Ugin's Labyrinth, we'd keep this on the turn 2 Trinisphere and try to find our green source eventually. But this is just another very medium hand that I think we just lose playing. This hand we've got a Devourer. We've got a red source and a Cavern and a Trinisphere. So we want to use the Devourer to maybe find, I don't know, a copy of Ugin's Labyrinth and try to turn 2 Trinisphere. That seems fine. The trick is, what do we get rid of? We're keeping for sure. I don't think we can get rid of either mana source. Trinisphere and Kozilek's Return are the things we're keeping it off the back of. So maybe it's just Ulamog the Defiler and Sowing Mycospawn. What do we think about that? Because we need to find a mana source. Yeah, I think we're going to trim the Sowing Mycospawn and the Ulamog the Defiler. We don't love it. We could also trim Kozilek's Return and try to just like not do that. But I think having these cards just like locks the game out long enough for us to draw out of it. So we'll pitch this, pitch that, keep, reveal Devourer, try to find a way to cast this Trinisphere. If we're lucky, we can cast it early. All right, opponent, you go. Bloodstained Mire. We got a 1-drop this time. Did they have a 1-drop last time? I don't even remember. A little mountain? Is it Ragavan? Oh, it's the Ragavan. It's going to be pretty good for them. I don't have a way to deal with that. I mean, I will eventually if I don't get thought seized, but... Okay, Migo. I should have a Devourer trigger now. What do we got? We have the Ugin's Labyrinth, which we can tuck the Devourer under and do the thing we were talking about. And I think that's what we want to do. So we'll put this back on top and draw it. Okay, here's an Ugin's Labyrinth. It triggers. I'll do the thing. Boom, Devourer of Destiny under Ugin's Lab. And then we're gonna have to clench our little booty cheeks here for a little bit because this Ragavan's gonna get a connect. Luckily, I don't think they have a ton of things to do with the cards on top of our deck, so no huge sweat there. And then our line is to go Trinisphere next turn if we don't get thought seized. And then after that to Kozilek's Return and force our opponent to be on like 1 spell a turn for the entirety of the game while we try to find a 1-ring. Marsh Flats, you got it. Please don't play like, what's the name of the artifact? Damping Sphere? That'd be tough. Please just play a Johnny. Oh, it's a tapped Godless Shrine. How strange. Okay, probably wouldn't have fetched yet because you get to see a card off Ragavan. I have the sneaking suspicion our opponent might not be super good at Magic. Of course, there might be something I don't know about Mardu Energy, but I'm just saying that to be devil's advocate. These plays are just objectively weird. Kozilek's Return gets exiled. They probably love to see that. Little do they know. I have a secret. Is it Bowmaster? Or are you thought seizing me? Oh, tough. Very tough. There goes my Trinisphere, I have to imagine. They took Kozilek's Return. Okay, Migo. Gemstone Caverns? Sure, who cares? Let's jam out this Forest and jam out this Trinisphere. I have a Trinisphere. What you got? All right, go. And the Kozilek's Return is in the bin, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's gonna take some more land drops, but at some point, if I just like draw and cast an Eldrazi, it'll flash back the Kozilek's Return, and that'll be good enough. Right now, we're just worried about them like going wide and us just never drawing any single piece of action. That's gonna be the toughie. But even with the Ragavan making treasure, this Trinisphere is gonna lock them down at 1 spell per turn until 2 turns from now, in which case they have to sacrifice all their treasures, and if I ever draw All Is Dust or Kozilek's Return, they're in the same spot they were. Trinisphere enters the exiled zone. I did not want to draw that. Thank you. Would you like to cast Trinisphere? No? Cool, my turn. All right, we need a whammy. That's not a whammy. That's a poor draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, how much does Devourer cost to cast? 7? In a pinch, I can eventually grab that Devourer and cast that, so we're just gonna do what we've been doing. Here's my Cavern of Souls. I will name the thing I'm supposed to, which is Eldrazi, and then you go, which I think makes, because we have the Devourer under there, I think that makes Eldrazi Temple like a really good top deck in the next turn or two, because even if we draw blank outside of Eldrazi Temple, we can always like buy back our Devourer, cast it, trigger the Kozilek's Return, wipe the board, have a 6/6, buy infinite more time. Okay, that's an Amped Raptor. I think Trinisphere does something bad to Amped Raptor. I actually don't know the interaction. And I would say we'll find out, but it's a Galvanic Discharge, so we won't. But I would say we'll find out, but our opponent has made some very strange plays. Like, they haven't played a single spell from under the Amped Raptor. Like, leaving Flage in exile was truly strange. Okay, we take 2. Ouch. Monkey Trigger, what do you hit? It's Ugin's Labyrinth. That would have been a good one. Well, no, it wouldn't have. I don't have anything to exile to it. My brother in Christ, you have a treasure token. Pass the turn. I have a Trinisphere. You can't do anything. Take a draw. 1 ring, please. Right off the top. Oh, Talisman of Impulse. Well, no, that's actually not bad. We play Gemstone Caverns. We tap for 3 like this, and we play Talisman. Oh no, we weren't supposed to do it like that. I suppose it doesn't matter too much, but we were supposed to hold that Ugin's Lab up so we could like buy our dude out from under it at the end of their turn. So if we die because of that, that's how you get outskilled by the easy deck. You just like numbskull, make a game action, and it's the wrong game action. All right, they attack for 4. What does this mean? It means we're going to take at least an extra 4 to 6 damage that we didn't have to, which is tough. Because it doesn't cost mana, right? No, you just tap it. And they exile Talisman of Impulse. Maybe they're supposed to play that here. Yep, they play it. Cool. What are you doing with that floating red? Nothing. They're just going to let it float away. All right, draw. Grove of the Burnwillows. All right, we'll play Kessig Wolf Run. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Could you imagine if I had played that correctly and I had a Devourer in my hand right now? They'd have no board and I'd have a 6/6. Oh, well, with any luck, maybe they'll overextend. Please don't play Ob. 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 I'm willing it out of existence. Don't play Ob. Don't do it. No, don't play Ob, please. Please, please, please. They're not casualtying it. That's so weird. Okay, you can play Ob if you're not casualtying it. If they tick it down, that's no sweat. If they tick it up, I will discard Grove of the Burnwillows. I am concerned with my life total now. Okay, I'll go to 6. I shouldn't be at 6, but I'm going to go to 6 because I'm bad. Ouch. Monkey trigger. Emrakul the Aeons Torn. I wasn't going to use that anyway. Tick up or down Ob, which you do. The correct play would be to tick it up because they're not going to activate Ob. Okay, cool. Return the exiled card to my hand, please. My turn. All is Dust. That's better than Devourer right now. Grove of the Burnwillows. Cast All is Dust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Bye, everybody. Okay, well, hopefully this Devourer doesn't get Thoughtseize, but that was a pretty good top deck. They can cast 2 spells next turn, but I still have the Devourer, so hopefully one of them isn't Thoughtseize. Flage would be tough, too. Dashavan, sure. Fetch, sure. Okay, you go combat. Please don't get the One Ring. This would be the moment for them to get One Ring and me to just be so angry. They didn't attack? Oh, they didn't Dashavan, they just hardcast Ragavan. Look at me being dumb. Hi, Emrakul. I can't do anything with you yet, but maybe we'll draw Breach. Here's my Devourer. Colorless, colorless, white for Eldrazi creatures. Colorless, 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 colorless. Hi. I will not Cozy's Return. Okay. Exile the Ragavan. I will not exile Cozy's Return. I still want that in my graveyard. I have a 6/6. You can't counter it. Go. Welcome to your 3-turn clock. Ooh. Ooh, they've got 3 energies, so they'll be able to Galvanic Discharge if they tap out for it. Meaningful. All right, this is where I top deck through the Breach and the game's easy, right? All right, see ya, buddy. They use their treasure, so if they don't have a land drop, they're stuck on 1 spell. No, they're gonna Thoughtseize my Emrakul and my Cozy's command's gonna get shuffled. I hate that. Okay, 1 copy of the One Ring, please. Aw. Well, I'll keep playing these lands. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. 1 more land and I can start to hardcast stuff like Ulamog. Now we're at 6, so if our opponent finds a Flage, our career gets ended promptly. Draw a land, shock it into play. Nope, tapped. Looks like our opponent doesn't have anything. Draw, don't be through the Breach. It's Devourer. I'm just gonna cast it. You could hold it. That is something you could do, but I don't want to get it Thoughtseized. And I think they've been through 2 Thoughtseizes, but that would be just my luck. Here's a Devourer. Triggers, nothing happens, but it's a 6/6, so it's a 3-turn clock. Go. It also just blocks hasty Ragavans and stuff. We're still just toast to a Flage here, though. Okay, they're gonna go Van. They must have double discharge. Oh, I guess they can discharge now, pocket the energy, on tap, discharge again. Seems fine. If that's their line, I'm okay with it. I wonder if they brought in Fulminator Mages. I noticed they didn't reveal Gigantha this game. Fulminator, maybe Obsidian Charmal, although in this deck with Chthonian Nightmare, I'd have to assume Fulminator's better. Discharge, there he goes. They've got 1 in hand. Please just never, ever, ever, ever draw your Flage and I'll be just so happy. And not a spell, Ocelot Pride, that's actually problematic. All right, let's see what we draw. Any creature, 1 ring, anything, not a land? A land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, let's draw Ulamog next turn. Go. What is this, a 2, 3-turn clock, I think, right now? Maybe faster. They got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They won't make 2 cats off the first one unless they have a spell here, and it'd be weird if they didn't have a spell. So maybe it's a 2-turn clock? No, it's still a 3-turn clock, I think, depending on what the spell is. Ob. Okay. Okay, I'm at 4. Now it's a 2-turn clock because of the Ob. Attack for 1, make a kitty cat. Okay, Migo. 1 ring, please. Tough. We can't cast that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, we can't. All right, we go to game 3. We got. That was a tough mulligan to 5. I feel like the deck still performed as it probably should have in that spot. And I don't think I'm going to make any changes post board. I am still interested to hear if those Ancient Stirrings should be in my deck. I would like to play. I was thinking about bringing some Stirrings back in because of the texture of the way that game went. This hand, right? This hand's a turn to the One Ring. If I don't get Thoughtseized. So I'm gonna go Ugin's Labyrinth, exile Ulamog the Defiler into Ugin's Labyrinth. No, Ugin's Labyrinth, exile Ulamog the Defiler, Talisman, don't get Thoughtseized, cross my Fungies, pop a 1 ring in, eventually buy back Ulamog the Defiler through the Breach it. This hand seems awesome, I'll keep. Okay, we go. Ugin's Lab, trigger, exile, Ulamog the Defiler, so you can't Thoughtseize it. Boom. Okay, tap for 2. Here's a Talisman of Impulse. Good luck, opponent. Go. Did they just keep a 0-lander? Oh, you stupid opponent. Why'd you do that? Whatever. Here's a 1-ring, dude. Hiya. I win. Just concede. Like, what are you doing? You kept a 6 with no lands? Or did you F6 through your turn? Maybe this person's newer and they didn't know any better. Okay, well, you're like super dead. Want to concede? Oh, you're going to play a plans? You're going to start taking game actions finally? By the way, it's obvious, but like I'm just going to draw attention to the fact that we just took our second turn. That is a 1-ring in play with 4 available mana source. Pretty good. Deck might be cracked. All right, take a draw step. Take a damage as well. Thank you, the 1-ring. Draw? Let's try to draw a giant Eldrazi. I didn't find it, but I did find a Devourer of Destinies. I don't think I'm going to, through the breach, a Devourer of Destinies necessarily. Let's go ahead and hide a Devourer under Ugin's Labyrinth. Get under there. Okay, I'm gonna do nothing. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So much mana. Now you thought sees me. Oh, static poison. That's pretty good. All right, you guys want to see the most obnoxious, annoying, awful thing you can do to another human being? Because you're about to. Unless I get thought seized. They can still do that. All right, attack for 1. Ouch. It hurt. Nope, no thought seize. Okay, cool. Let me, that's my Ulamog. Let me get this back. And you make a little dude, and then I untap, and then I draw. That's hilarious. And then I play Grove of the Burnwillows, and then I cast Through the Breach, paying, you can have a life. Red, 2, 3, 4. Ulamog comes in with 7 counters. It has Annihilator 7. Go to combat. I'm gonna get my 1-ring back. Not that that's what matters. Wonder if our opponent's gonna, nope, they're gonna let us attack. Okay, attack, hiya. Trigger Annihilator 7, which is more permanents than you have. Bye. Okay, cool. Take that much damage. Cool. All right, I don't need to draw a card now. I'm just gonna pass. I'll sacrifice my Ulamog. Oh, we win. Okay, yeah, I've heard that the energy matchup's supposed to be pretty good. I imagine it's a little bit better into Boros than it is Mardu because Thoughtseize is a factor. But yeah, I hope to play energy 3 more times in this league. Let's get into round 3. Oh, baby, we win the die roll. Game's cracked. I'll take it. All right, this hand has an Ugin's Lab that we can pitch into play, meaning we can turn 3 Sowing Mycospawn. This hand doesn't have a ton going on for it. We can accelerate into the Sowing Mycospawn. But outside of that, we don't have a lot of game. What happens if we accelerate into the Sowing Mycospawn? What do we get to do? Turn 1, Ugin's Lab. Turn 2, do nothing. Turn 3, Sowing Mycospawn. Get, let's say, an Eldrazi Temple. Into turn 4, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, potentially 7 mana. It gives us access to All Is Dust, and we can protect the All Is Dust, which is good into a lot of matchups. So I'm uneasy. I think that maybe if I played another couple leagues with this and got used to the deck, I might mulligan this. But since I don't know, and this hand does have like a reasonable amount of acceleration and it makes our top decks really good, I'm going to try to keep it. If we like aren't playing against a Thoughtseize deck and we just draw through the breach, like it feels like we just win. Same thing with the 1-ring. We're going to keep it. Maybe you're supposed to mulligan it. I don't actually know. But having all this mana and hiding in All Is Dust to cast later seems like it's going to extend the game long enough for us. So let's go for it. Ugin's Lab. Trigger. I'd love to tuck something huge. Maybe it's not even All Is Dust. Maybe it's Emrakul. Yeah, we'll just keep the All Is Dust in our hand. What was I thinking? Go. I have no turn 2 play for you. Please be a control deck. Please do not be Dimir. As a Mishra's Bauble. Please don't be Hollow One. Normally I wouldn't think Hollow One off of one Mishra's Bauble, but I was traumatized in our first round pretty badly. Okay. Play land. Oh, okay. Mishra's Bauble number 2. Hi. Polluted Delta. Maybe it's not Hollow One. Maybe it's like Death Shadow or some stupid shit like that. It's a watery grave. It actually might be Death Shadow or some stupid shit like that. Tap for blue. Preordain. That's fine. Our Cavern of Souls is going to be just so good against them. Would you like to bobble again? Or are you going to wait? Okay, my turn. Me draw. Yes, Mishra's Bauble indeed. Me draw. Okay, there's a Devourer. That's kind of cool. We're just going to play a Kessig Wolf Run. And I've got nothing else for you. Go. A problematic card for us is going to be Harbinger if we are in fact playing against Frogtide. Not that I think we are, because Mishra's Bauble isn't a typical Frogtide card, but Harbinger would be tough. We're hoping to not see that. Water Grave Shocking into play. Looks like it might be Death Shadow if they're being this aggressive with their life total. With our Sowing Mycospawn, there's a few routes we can go. I actually think I'm supposed to get Boseiju, who shelters all with it, so they can't like counter our Psychic Frog. Hi, bud. So they can't counter our Through the Breach. Psychic Frog will be problematic. We're gonna have to do some stuff. Take a draw. All right, so another Sowing Mycospawn. So we can actually kick the next one. So let's go Cavern, naming Eldrazi, and tap it for green, and then colorless, and then 2 colorless, and cast this Mycospawn. And since we have another Mycospawn, we'll just get a soul land here. Our soul land will be Temple. I don't think we need to do another Ugin's Labyrinth necessarily. So yeah, let's grab an Eldrazi Temple, and then Sowing Mycospawn comes into play. And next turn, we'll plan to play Grove and then kick one, blowing up one of their mana sources, and just we're gonna try to do a bit of racing, and then use Devourer of Destinies to deal with the frog. I think that's the direction we're trying to sprint in right now. They probably need to float their frog. If they just attack thinking that I'll not block because they can pump it out of range, they severely underestimate just how much I know about that frog drawing a card being good. There's a Thoughtseize, so they probably are supposed to take the Mycospawn here because I can do a sinful thing with it. But if they can't kill my current Sowing Mycospawn, Kessig Wolf Run is, well, I can't do anything with the Wolf Run yet. I need a second dual land in play for that to function. But if I were them, I would be taking Sowing Mycospawn. Although in this spot, Devourer of Destiny looks just about as bad. All right, they take Devourer. If they have double Thoughtseize, that's just tough. Not a lot more to say about that. All right, they're jumping their frog. They want to punch me in the teeth. It works. I can't stop you, opponent. Please don't draw another Thoughtseize, pretty please, with sugar and top. Island, they can't Harbinger me. Okay, here we go. Me draw. It's another All Is Dust. I'm gonna go to combat now. Hiya, 3. They're at 10, love to see it. Okay, you wanna gain a life? Because I'm gonna let you. Let's go green. Let's just kick this now. Oh, I didn't need green. It doesn't cost green to kick. Look at me not knowing what the hell's going on. Green here, colorless 2. Ooh, I don't need to tap all that mana. I guess we'll leave the Wolf Run up. Or you know what? No, I can't draw on anything. It doesn't matter. So we'll use all this mana we have floating. And then yeah, we'll use 2 here. Hiya. I will search and then I will destroy. Goodbye, Watery Grave. Okay, tap for a black. I don't care. It's gone. All right, Mycospawn, go find Boseiju who shelters all. Hiya. Okay, Sowing Mycospawn, come into play. Okay, that's all I got. Go. Fatal Push, no. That was my friend. You get draw card. Please don't Harbinger me. If they don't Harbinger me, I'm not sure what they can do. I've got this All Is Dust, and I've got this Boseiju who shelters all. So like, All Is Dust just resolves. There's a Thoughtseize, I have 2. All Is Dust. And I will, if you think I'm not about to All Is Dust 1 frog, you're out of your mind. That said, can they bounce this Sowing Mycospawn? Can I? If I draw a colored source, I sure can Wolf Run my Sowing Mycospawn, and that seems not bad. All right, take a draw. Talisman of Impulse. If I play Talisman, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I may as well just like put as much mana as possible into play. I guess they could Spell Snare that, and that would be tough. Maybe we don't do that. Maybe we just like leave it in our hand. Maybe we can just let this frog hang out for a bit. I don't know. It's hard. I'm not really sure what line I'm supposed to take. Do we let it? Maybe we just cast this Talisman and try to like race them. I don't know. I'm doing that. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Here's a Talisman of Impulse. Okay. So I need, it's red, green, X. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I can attack for 6. Let's do that. Target this creature. We'll go, red. You can gain a life. Boop. Color, nope. Just colorless. Done. Okay, combat. Hiya. Okay, opponent, the onus is on you. Figure it out. You go combat, you smack, you draw a card. You got it, buddy. Death Shadow? Sure. It's a big Death Shadow. Okay, my go. Man, if only that Grove hadn't gained them a life, huh? This would just be super lethal. Okay, so yeah, we definitely just cast this All Is Dust now. We'll go here, and then we'll go boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop. All Is Dust. Bye, everybody. Okay, take 3. Hiya. All right, please don't play another Death Shadow. That would be unfortunate. Preordained, sure. Tough. That is a Death Shadow. All right, we're in a spot now. We need a really good draw. Take a draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Play. Okay. No. Cast. 1, 2, 3. White for Eldrazi. 2 for Eldrazi, colorless. I guess we're paying 2 for this. This and this. Hiya, it's Ulamog the Defiler. Here he is. It's a 22/22. I don't know. I'm not attacking into your Death Shadow with my 3/3. I know that. Second Death Shadow, sure. Ooh, maybe they have a Consign in their hand. That would be bad for me, huh? Nope, they don't. They just concede. All right, great. We got there. I was actually kind of afraid. How to be sideboard. Okay, here's what I've decided to do. I'm bringing in Veil of Summer because our opponent is a Thoughtseize deck. I'm assuming they have permission as well. Trinisphere, did you know Death Shadow decks have like an average CMC of 0.8 or something like that? And then All Is Dust, I like the combination of All Is Dust, in conjunction with Boseiju who shelters all. As an uncounterable one-sided board wipe, 7 mana seems high. You see how much mana our deck can produce. We're bringing those in. I'm leaving 1 Ancient Stirrings in this time. I think there might be, maybe I'm supposed to cut 2, maybe I'm supposed to cut none, maybe I'm supposed to cut 1, I have no clue. But the way I sideboard it, I think K Return doesn't actually kill any of their creatures. Boseiju is just like, I don't think it has any valid targets in this matchup. I could be wrong, I don't know what they're sideboarding, but I'm on the draw, so I'm going to side out Boseiju. Ulamog, I'm just trimming on the aggressive part of my deck because I've got like Trinispheres and stuff, so I can go a little bit slower. So that's what we're doing. There could be a chance that I'm supposed to leave in more Ancient Stirrings, but I am bringing in Veils, kind of adding to that whole like green 1-drop slot that I have in my deck. So we'll see how this works out. Again, if you know how to sideboard this matchup, just write it in the comments. I'll comment back that I love you. Okay, this hand does have a couple sideboard cards. We've got Veil. I'm not sure how effective that's going to be. A frog literally tears this apart. No real acceleration till turn 2, and that turns their spell snares on, and I can't protect myself with Veil of Summer. Seems clunky, we're going to mulligan. This hand has Labyrinth into, let me see, the Labyrinth's kind of clunky because I can't turn 2 Mycospawn because I got like Temple instead of a Talisman, but I still can Mycospawn. Maybe I'm supposed to, no, I don't think I'm cutting a land. Maybe I'm just supposed to ship all his dust and try to get ahead of the curve. Maybe I'll tuck all his dust with the Ugin's Labyrinth and keep the Ulamog in my hand. Yeah, I think we're gonna try that. So we'll keep, the big question becomes, what do we cut? Maybe it is one of the giant spells. Maybe we just actually cut the All Is Dust and tuck the Ulamog under the Ugin's Lab. I kind of like that. Let's try that. Hopefully we don't get punished too bad for it. Okay, you're up, opponent. Thoughtseize would be tough on turn 1 though, because then I guess we can't guarantee the Ugin's Lab doing its thing. Although we still just have a turn 3 Mycospawn, so I guess I'm not going to sweat that too much. It just cuts us off of a turn 3 One Ring for now. All right, they're doing the bauble thing. Sure. Got a second bauble? Nope, Polluted Delta. Fetch. They baubled themselves, but I don't know why they would wait to Thoughtseize, so I'm not sure why they would set it up like that. Do we have a Tamiya or something? Oh, it's another Goyf. I see. Okay, you've got another Goyf. My turn? Okay, you draw a card off the bauble. Sure. Me draw? It's a Talisman. That's probably our best. Trigger, tuck Ula, tap for 2, Talisman of Impulse, go. Pretty good. Now we probably, if they don't Thoughtseize us, want to the One Ring, follow it by a kicked Sowing Mycospawn. We can't quite kick our Sowing Mycospawn. Next turn, we'll only have 5 mana on our second turn, which is a weird thing to say out loud, that we only have 5 mana on turn 2, but this is the world we're living in. All right, go to end step, sure. So now they've left mana up. Maybe now I just don't care. Maybe I don't do anything. What if we just don't do anything? Yeah, let's play Karplusan Forest and just not do anything. Is there a chance that that's right? What can they do? They're holding up 2 mana. I'm just passing. I play enough blue decks that I'm a big fan of them wasting their mana. Seems like they're just holding up Counterspell right now. Now they could have Consign to Oblivion as well, which is like tough, but it is what it is. That's a card we just have to fight through no matter what. Okay, so we take a draw. It's Cozy's Command. Okay, now I kind of want a Cozy's Command at their end step. Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing nothing because all they're doing is attacking for 2. So I'll Cozy's Command and see what they got, and if they Consign to Oblivion, I'll kick a Sowing Mycospawn. They go to 15, sure. Please don't play Harbinger. Go to combat, attack for 2. Okay, you take 2. Go to end step. Okay, I'm doing the thing. Colorless. Cozy's Command, cast. I would like to do the scry thing. I would also like to make so many 1/1s, or 0/1s. Target me. Okay, do you have Consign? Okay, you don't. The One Ring is probably what I'm supposed to take here. Maybe. Yeah, because I can cast the One Ring twice in a pinch, right? Is there any validity to that? I think so. We're gonna take the One Ring. Oh, they concede. Oh, we didn't have to try. That was really good. Okay, they must have either not had Consign to memory or didn't know when or how to cast it. But we got there, so let's get in round number 4. Okay, we got our opponent. We lose the die roll because we're unlucky. And this hand is, we've got a Lab, we've got a Talisman. Unfortunately, we don't have any way to manipulate the top of our deck, but we can like get to 4 or 5 mana and then use Cozy's Command. I'm just keeping this. Our opponent also mulligans, so like, keep. I don't know, dude. Okay, do your thing, opponent. Anything but Thoughtseize me would be great. Verdant, sure. Migo. All right, Sowing Mycospawn's a great start. Play this. Trigger, tuck All Is Dust. Set this Ulamog up by exiling an All Is Dust. Hiya. Tap for 2. Here's a Talisman of Impulse. 3 mana on turn 1. I'm out of focus. All right, go. All right, they fetch, sure. Breeding Pool, taps. What are you doing? Are you a combo deck? Breeding Pool usually means combo to me. Rhinos isn't a thing. Overgrown Tomb tapped? Nothing? Nothing. They didn't do anything. On tap, upkeep, draw for turn. Another Ugin's Lab. What the fuck does that mean? It means I can kick this Sowing Mycospawn is what it means. Ugin's Lab, trigger, tuck, hiya. And then, oh no, it doesn't mean I can kick the Sowing Mycospawn. I'm stupid. It's the same amount of mana as with an Eldrazi Temple. Yeah, we just passed. We're probably gonna Kozilek's command on their end step. I got over eager, and now there's an Ugin's Labyrinth with a thing under it that I don't want to be under there. Okay, Overgrown Tomb, shock. What's your 3-drop, dude? 1, 2. What costs black and green? Plague Stinger. Okay. Infect? Sure. I'm pretty sure I actually have to deal with this thing using Kozilek's commands. So we're gonna cast this. I'm gonna do the scry thing, and then I'm gonna exile a creature with the mana value and see if they have a way to protect it. So cast, we'll go, I'll choose me as target player and that as target creature. Then we'll go do. Pay a bunch of mana. Done. What do we think? Can I do this? Blossoming Defense? Sure. All right, I would like to still do the thing I'm doing. It's a One Ring. Well, we're gonna put that right on top. And then this goes in bottom, and screw it, we'll have 2 One Rings. Put it back on top. Okay, my go. Take a draw. Eldrazi Temple. Beep, beep. Well, no. I want to leave it. No, I'll have enough mana. I was thinking maybe I want to leave a Labyrinth on tap so I can, like, buy a thing, but I've got so much mana I can just do it. All right, do you play Force of Negation? Do you play enough blue spells to play Force of Negation? One Ring, trigger, get protection, draw a card. All right, you're up, opponent. We might chain One Ring just because, like, Infect can just kill you out of nowhere. Knight of Bawa, I know you're watching this. Are you happy? Look what I'm doing to your precious child. Watch me just lose anyway. Knight of Bawa gets to cackle. If you don't know Knight of Bawa, you're not a patron. Become a patron. We do exclusive content. We do early content. We got a good community. We're thinking about starting a little pauper league. Can't say too much more about that, but it's in the works. You attack for nothing. Cool. Go to end step. Okay, go to me turn. Me turn. Okay, me draw. It's Eldrazi Temple. How about I draw 2 more cards? What do we think about that? Cool. That's a Through the Breach. Pretty good. Let's play an Eldrazi Temple. I think I'm just gonna go for the Through the Breach. I don't know how they kill me from here. I'm sure it's possible, but care. Return this card to my hand. Add red and this and 2 here. Cast Through the Breach. Do you play Permission in your Infect deck? No. Here's an Ulamog. Okay, go to combat. Attack. Trigger Annihilator 7. Okay. Why are we still playing the game? Go ahead, opponent. It's all over now. Oh, you're gonna make me kill you. Okay. Okay, I'll do it the long way. Take 2 to the ring. Draw a card. Draw 3 cards. Play Eldrazi Temple. Play Devourer of Destiny, I guess. 2, 2, 2, 1. Hiya. Here's a 6/6. That will kill you. Okay, begin sideboarding. All right. Infect. Do I even sideboard this matchup? Okay, I'm keeping it really simple here. I'm going to bring in 4 Trinispheres, take out an Ulamog and 3 Ancient Stirrings, because I haven't been punished for sideboarding that way yet, and we'll see if it happens. Kozilek's Return, I know that it can be clunky against the Infect creatures, but if I can make them use a pump spell, because I'm never going to Kozilek's Return while they're in combat, encouraging them to dump their spells. I'm going to Kozilek's Return at a weird time to force them to use a pump spell to save their creature. That way I don't take extra poison damage. But Kozilek's Return gets really good when you cast an Eldrazi and it's in the graveyard. All his death seems solid. I don't know how they can defend themselves from that because it causes them to sacrifice colored permanents. So submit. Okay, we're on the draw. We have a turn 2 Trinisphere and nothing else. We're gonna try it because they have to cast so many spells to actually kill us quickly. So we might get punished for this, but I want to see how this plays into their deck. All right, there's an Ignoble Hierarch. That is not a creature with Infect. All right, me go. Me draw. Boseiju. Ugin's Lab. Trigger. Exile Emrakul. The Aeons Torn. Hiya. Go. They fetch. It work. Do we have a poison creature? It's a Blighted Agent. I'm at a 10-turn clock right now. Duress? Ooh, tough. I've got 2 Trinispheres. Youch. Okay, me go. Draw. Banger. Devourer is not bad. I can use that eventually. For now, we'll jam this Eldrazi Temple out, and we will just play the Trinisphere. The Devourer is going to be turn 5 castable, which should be fast enough to deal with the Blighted Agent, provided they don't have any good protection. Here's my Trinisphere. Go. Could be turn 4 castable if I draw something to pitch to this Ugin's Lab as well. Tap for green. What else? Green-blue. Temur. Scale up. 6 poison. 7 poison. That is unfortunate. This is tough. Okay, 1 more pump spell should do it. Although drawing Kozilek's Return would be good. The One Ring, Kozilek's Return, we've got a lot of live draws. I'm actually imagining this matchup to be kind of tough. Like, it's not a real matchup, but who knows. Eldrazi Temple. Well, we're dead if they have another trick, but we'll see if they have another trick. Here's my Temple, go. They go combat, they attack. Me only go to 9, cross Fungies, Exalted. Okay, I have no effects. Oh no, you have effects. Well, I don't have Kozilek's Command, so I will concede and we'll go to game 3. All right, are the Trinispheres good? I think so. I think they're better on the play than they are on the draw. Do we want, maybe we just want like more Kozilek's returns though. Let's like trim and Trinisphere. This Kozilek's return a colorless spell. It is, it's devoid. Yeah, let's cut Trinisphere. Let's just try to go faster. I'm gonna cut a couple Trinispheres. I'm gonna bring back in like Ancient Stirrings. I'm also gonna cut in All is Dust, bring in another Cozy's command, or Cozy's return, and a third Ancient Stirrings. That might be a little bit half pregnant, but we're gonna try it like that anyway. Okay, we've got a turn 2 Trinisphere and like a Through the Breach with Cozy's return. I think we're just gonna keep this. Let's go keep, and we're gonna reveal Devourer turn 0 to try to find a colored source for this Through the Breach. Hiya. Okay, do things for me, Devourer. Look at that colorless source right off the top. It's a Talisman of Impulse. I think we want that on top, right? I think so. We'll put this on top, and then we'll go to our main phase. We'll just play, we don't need to Ugin's Lab just yet. We can be a little patient with it. Well, maybe they are thought seizing us, I don't know. Let's just be smart. Ugin's Lab, trigger, exile Devourer. You may go. Verdant Cats, fetch. You gonna play a little Infect Elf by chance? Could be good. Breeding Pool. Please be ignoble, please be ignoble, please be ignoble. It's Glistener Elf, it has Infect. I'm gonna have to actually kill that thing at some point, but we're still gonna go for a Trinisphere. It's gonna give them no castable this turn, so that seems good, as long as they don't force it, and I don't think this deck plays force. So here's Trinisphere. All right, go. Urborg. Okay, attack me. Okay, I take a point of poison. End step, me go. Me draw Talisman. Me be sad. Me tap for 2, 3, jam a Talisman, and you go. Now with this Cozy's command, or Cozy's return, I'm never just gonna, I mean, if they don't play a land, I'm just gonna jam it, but I'm never gonna play it pre-combat on their turn, just because like, they can just pump it out of range. Now they can't do anything. So we're just gonna, honestly, they missed their land drop. I'm probably just gonna hold tight and do nothing again. I'm probably just gonna keep developing my mana. Let's go, yeah, let's go 1, 2, 3, jam another Talisman of Impulse, and pass the turn. They go to combat, attack for 1 poison. I cut 2 of the Trinispheres I brought in, drew them both, and I'm being very rewarded for it. Lucky beats good every single time. They have to clean up and go to discard, sure. I get to draw for turn. It's a Grove of the Burnwillows. Does this thing have Annihilator? Nope, no luck. It would be so good if Devourer had Annihilator. See how little I know about this deck? I think I'm just supposed to Cozy's return the Glistener Elf now. So we're gonna do that. We'll go red. I don't care if you gain a life, go for it. Colorless, colorless. Kozilek's return you. Bye, Glistener Elf. All right, you may go. Now we just need to draw some action. Any Eldrazi will do. All right, looks like they're just not making land drops, which is really great for us with the Trinisphere in play. Okay, me take draw. It's an Emrakul to Aeons Torn. Wow. Sometimes Magic's really easy. Red, 2, 1, 1. Through the Breach, cast. Here's my Emrakul. Good night. Hiya. Sacrifice both your lands, please. All right, you're never gonna cast a spell again. And you may go. And I get my Cozy's return back. Look at that. All right, go. Back into my deck, not into my hand, but we hardly need it now. Inkmoth Nexus. Hey, that's a start. All right, untap, draw. Ancient Stirrings. I'll pay 3 for that. Gween, 2 Stirrings. Yeah, I'll take a Ulamog that I will Through the Breach into play. Any order. Okay, that is just game, it looks like. Go. All right, me take draw. That's another Through the Breach, just because I'm such a nice guy. 4, 5. Through the Breach, cast, Ulamog, trigger, no trigger, just has counters. I win. Okay, yeah, sorry. The Infect matchup isn't necessarily a real one. But hey, that's 3-1 so far, so we're already solidly in the profit bracket for the league. So let's get into round number 5. Try to get a 4-1. Okay, round 5, we win the die roll. You love to start it like that. So let's be on the play. This hand has, oh, this is tough. We've got Ugin's Lab, but nothing to pitch to it. Turn 1 Ancient Stirrings is tough. This hand sucks. If this had like a 7 or more drop in it, and I could Ugin's Lab into Talisman into Ancient Stirrings, find a ring, that would be insane. But this hand doesn't do that, so we'll mulligan. This hand has 1 land, Talisman, Ancient Stirrings, Cozy's commit. This hand's weird. We can like keep it, Stirrings for land number 2, play Talisman of Impulse, pray. It does have Breach and Ulamog in it. I think we're gonna keep it based off that. We're just gonna Stirrings for land, and that's gonna be tough, but it's the way it is. The trick here is what do we put back? Because the Cozy's command could wind up being pretty good. We can't, so things we can't ship. We can't ship the Forest, and we can't ship the Ancient Stirrings because that's our turn 1. We can't ship Impulse because that's our payoff for finding land off Stirrings. We can't ship Breach or Ulamog because they do the thing. So it's Cozy's command or the 1 ring that we're shipping. I think we're paid off just a touch more for dropping the One Ring on turn 3. That said, if we find our 4th land, we could potentially, let me see, we go Forest, Stirrings, land. Turn 2, land, Impulse. Turn 3, land, pass, end step, Cozy's Command, make dudes. Breach on turn 4, but we could also breach on turn 4 if we just hit our land drops. I think we're gonna pitch the Cozy's Command just because of the power level of the One Ring being so high. Our opponent mulliganed to 6-2, so that's not the worst. Okay, here goes nothing. Please don't whiff Ancient Stirrings. Green, Ancient Stirrings. All right, we've got multiple land options. Probably supposed to be Lab, right? That way we can turn to Lab, pitch the Ulamog. Is that good? Yeah, because that gives us the mana for the One Ring. We can still turn 3 One Ring. We can't turn 2 One Ring, but we can turn 3 One Ring and miss a land drop if we have to. So we're taking Ugin's Lab. Any order on the bottom. Go! Don't Thought Seize me. Or if we're going Tomb Shock, I might get Thought Seized. It's a Young Wolf. It looks like Yogg, and they might not have a way to stop us from doing what we're doing. Take a draw. Emrakul. Hi, dude. So I can tuck the Emrakul under the lab. Do that. Ugin's Lab, trigger, tuck Emmy. Hiya, tap for 2. Here's my Talisman of Impulse. If I draw a land, I can just turn 3 through the breach and the game's over. If not, I'll play the One Ring and we'll find the land eventually. So just hopefully they don't Thought Seize us. That'd be the toughie. Even if they Thought Seize us, they take the One Ring and we draw land, we win. And if they take through the breach, we get to cast the One Ring. And they're just casting Malevolent Rumble. Yeah, I don't know how we lose from here. What do we take off of it? They choose Wall of Root, sure. Attack me for 1, I take. Okay, me go. Land off the top, please. I want it to be easy. Hi. Cast, play. Oh, Wed, Gween, that, these, through the breach, Ulamog, combat. Hiya. Annihilator 15, dude. I guess they like get to block, but they just have no board. Okay, go, dude. Tough, huh? And my last card is the One Ring, which is hilarious. This is where they Fetch Shock Thought Seize me. That'd be tough, huh? But it doesn't look like that happens. Okay, cool. We take a draw. It's another Ulamog. We don't need it right now. We're just gonna jam this One Ring. Fetch, sure. I have no clue what your plan is. What are you gonna do to this One Ring? Oh, you're gonna surveil first. Very important that you do that before my One Ring resolves. Very good PEMDAS. I guess they're probably just trying to like get their actions out of the way so I don't have to like do it at my end step after all these triggers happen and I draw my card. Hiya, draw a card. All right, it's a second Ulamog. Cool. We need a Through the Breach. Oh, you don't have a land, do you? Oh, you do. Okay, cool. We got a Bowmaster. Nope, just a Wall of Roots. Okay, me go. Take a damage, draw a card. Cozy's Return's cool. Draw 2 cards. Sowing Mycospawn. 1, 2. We'll just Sowing Mycospawn to ramp here, I think. Yeah, 1, 2. Green, whatever. Mycospawn. Cast. Trigger. We're gonna go grab a Eldrazi Temple, I suppose. Yeah, that makes the most sense to me. Okay. Do your thing, buddy. Chthonian Nightmare, sure. I don't know what we're doing with that, but it's gotta be something. Dryad Arbor, yes sir. Chthonian Nightmare to buy back Young Wolf, yeah, sure. Okay, now what? Nothing, me go. Take 2, draw card. There's a Through the Breach. Okay, let's start by drawing 3. Okay, let's play Eldrazi Temple. Can we Through the Breach plus Cozy's Return? Because that would be quite lethal. As of right now, this Young Wolf can be problematic. Let me do some math. So the unfortunate answer is just a strict no. However, I don't think we need to do anything out of the ordinary. I think if we just Through the Breach the Ulamog, we can not, wait, does Emrakul have flying? Emrakul does have flying. That's interesting. Yeah, maybe that's our line. We just go Eldrazi Temple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We activate Ugin's Labyrinth to return the exiled card to my hand. We cast Through the Breach, tapping for red, whatever. And then we put the Emrakul into play. Okay, cool, they concede. I'm sitting there because the Young Wolf's kind of weird because even after Annihilator, the Young Wolf can block. And like, I'm 100% to win that game pretty much for the whole game. But the Emrakul's the only thing that can attack over a Young Wolf. And I just want to get some damage in so the Sowing Mycospawn can attack. They block that with Young Wolf, and the Sowing Mycospawn just stays lethal. Because you still want to kill your opponent as fast as possible. What's good? All right, I'm having some trouble figuring out if I want the Stone Brain. The Stone Brain I can definitely use to take out like Yawgmoth, and that's probably very good. Is it better than Trinisphere on the draw? Maybe I want Trinisphere on the play and Stone Brain on the draw. That's what we're gonna try to do. We're gonna not bring in these Trinispheres because they've got so many mana dorks and they Court of Calling and stuff. They can assemble the combo without necessarily having to cast a billion spells in one turn. And then Cozy's Return seems good, but with the Stone Brain, it seems like Ancient Stirrings is a little bit better. So I'll leave 2 of them in my deck. That begs the question, what is the other cut? I'm not really sure. I'm kind of tempted to just bring out 1 Cozy's Command. So we'll do that. And we'll try this. I'm not sure if this is right, but I want to try the Stonebrain, because if it's not for this matchup, I'm not sure what matchup it's for. Okay, this hand looks kind of medium, if I'm being honest. We've got Grove and Forest, so we've got our colored sources. In turn 2, we can, of course, make a Talisman of Impulse. We can open on Devourer of Destiny, so what we can try to do is keep this hand, try to use Devourer to hit like a soul land, like an Ugin's Labyrinth or something, and leverage that on our turn 1. Like put 3 mana into play, then play in Crackbrain, hit Yawgmoths. That seems good. And if that doesn't happen, we can use all this extra mana to try to Cozy's Command early and just hardcast an Eldrazi. I think this is one of the weakest 7s we've kept, but I think it has a plan and it has a sideboard card that I really want to try out in the matchup. So here's the Devourer, and do your thing, opponent. All right, fetch. We've got a Young Wolf, Ignoble Hierarch, Delighted Halfling, Thoughtseize. Perhaps? Halfling, got it. Okay, Devourer triggers. Let's see, Temple, Stonebrain, Mycospawn, Devourer. Nope, I don't think we actually want any of these cards. We're gonna put none of those cards back on top and take a draw. Wow, 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 wow. Trigger, tuck, tap for 2. I'm so lucky, go. Catacombs, fetch, sure. We got a Grist maybe? A little Shocky Poo, Malevolent Rumble, sure. I bet they're gonna take Fulminator Mage off of their thingy. And if they do take Fulminator Mage, I might, they choose Blood Artist. They didn't take Fulminator Mage. Oh, they're gonna take Chthonian Nightmare. That's tough. That's big tough. Ooh, me dead? Well, I'm gonna play the game out, because like, they have to sack the Fulminator Mage now, and they have no creatures in play. So, I think we keep playing. Take a draw step, Devourer, sure. Let's go Forest, Karplusan Forest. And then maybe we Stonebrain them now to force them to, if they have 1-drop plus, I've got a land, so if they have 1-drop plus Nightmare, they Fulminator Mage me. Then I Stonebrain the Mage, stopping it. Maybe that's my line here. We'll see what happens. Here's a Stonebrain. Go. Underground Mortuary. Wall of Roots, sure. Make a green for a Young Wolf, you got it. See your hands, Chthonian Nightmare, Double Mystery. Okay, maybe we just Stonebrain your Nightmares out of your deck. That could be the case, that we want to do that. Let's go Grove of the Burnwillows. Let's go Colorless, Talisman of Impulse. Crack the Brain, targeting you. And then I'll pay 2. And then I think we're gonna get Nightmare. Or do we get, no, we get Nightmare because you know it's in their hand. Chthonian, how do you spell that? Nightmare. There it is, Chthonian Nightmare. All right, they've got Blood Artist, Chord, Chthonian, and there's 2 Chthonians in their deck. How many Fulminators did they bring in? 3? So this cuts them off of looping, but they're gonna be able to grab Yawgmoth off of this Chord of Calling as early as next turn if they draw land, and they could always go Blood Artist. So we've got other problems now, but we can at least stop ourselves from getting Fulminator looped, which is ideal. What's in their deck? Is there anything besides that I need to be aware of? They've got 1 Grist left. Everything else looks pretty stock. Yeah, they're not doing the enchantment, what do you call it? Birthing Ritual, but they got a Cauldron in their deck. Okay, the Cauldron's gonna be important actually. I don't need them making a billion Fulminator Mages, but we'll get the Nightmares. They get to draw a card, and then now we'll pass. I think our line past here is to, at their end of their turn, Cozy's Command for 2, maybe exile Young Wolf, make dudes. We're going to try to leverage casting Devourer. Alternatively, we could Cozy's Command, try really hard to find through the breach, and maybe that's not the worst either. There's a Blood Artist, so now we know they've got Mystery plus Chord, and they can Chord for 2 right now. Got it. They attack for 1. They attack for none. Migo. They're holding up Chord. Makes sense to me. Oh, they can Chord for Yawgmoth here. They're Chording for 3. Let's see what that means. Oh, it's for Fulminator Mage. That's tough. Okay, me draw. You got to do it now. Okay, they're going to do that. I'm going to tap for, I'm going to do some mana stuff. I think I'm also going to get rid of that Young Wolf. Colorless, Cozy's Command, cast. I would like to make some dudes, 2 of them, because I'm going to need the mana. Then I want to get rid of that Young Wolf because I want to really kill cards like Yawgmoth and Extra Chord from being good. So we're going to exile the Young Wolf as well. That's what we'll do. Cast. Target player, me. Target creature, Young Wolf. Done. Okay. You get my land. I've got dudes. I draw. Please be a Through the Breach. That'd be insane. Ulamog, so nothing yet, but we are just like live to draw through the breach for the rest of the game, so we'll see what happens. Delighted Halfling's fine. Combat doesn't make sense, so they pass to me. Me draw, it's Ancient Stirrings, that's pretty good. Green, please don't have any through the breaches in this pile. No through the breaches, what can I take? Sowing Mycospawn is interesting, right? But if I were to cast Sowing Mycospawn, that would get clunky. I could just take Kozilek's Return and really grind the game down to a halt. Or I could just be like really responsible here and take a land drop and keep clenching my booty cheeks. I guess if I take a land drop, that puts me one turn away from just hard casting Devourer, and that seems fine too. Okay, let's take a Boseiju. Yeah, we take Boseiju. Any order on the bottom. And then we'll play the Boseiju. And then that's all I have for you, opponent. Go. All right, they're up to 2 in hand. Please don't play Yogg. Are we courting? Of course we're courting. Okay, that happens. I'm glad I got rid of that young wolf. That might slow them down just enough. Because all I need to do is still just resolve through the breach. Okay, sack your thing, trigger Yawgmoth. Why didn't she put a counter on one of my Eldrazi spawns? That's weird. We'll level up Marble resolves. Let's see what we get. Peatland, Heath, Orcish Bowmaster. What do they take? They choose Orcish Bowmaster. Are they passing? I really would have taken out these Eldrazi spawns if I were them. This means if I just rip it, it's insane. I don't rip it, but that's a Cozy's Return. I think I'm just supposed to pass. If I Cozy's Return, I leave them with the Yawgmoth, and they did take Orcish Bowmasters, so they can kind of continue to do their thing. Oh, I see why they didn't target my Eldrazi spawns. I don't think they get to draw the card if I sacrifice it in response. Grist. Okay, make an insect, just 1, got it. The reason we're not conceding, because we are in a bad spot here, for sure. But we're not conceding just because, like, we have, until they kill us, we have top decks that just win the game on their own, like, for most of the rest of the game. Orky Bow, sure. Take out one of my Eldrazi spawn tokens. They hit me. Oh, because if I sack the Eldrazi spawn, they don't get the Orc army. That makes sense. Sacrifice a thing to the Delighted Halfling, draw a card, lose a life. We're at the point now, if we breach the Emrakul, it's just lethal. I guess that's not true. They can sacrifice a build. Nope. For every counter they put on it, they have to pay a life. So no, that actually still kills them if I draw it. Sure. Yes. Haywire Might? Sure. All right, come on, sick top decks. Let's go. I've got a bunch of them. Show me. The One Ring. That's solid. Okay, let's do it. The One Ring. Get protection from everything. Haywire Might. I'm gonna draw a card. A second One Ring. Wow. Okay, things all happen. You gain 2. You're out of range for my Emrakul now, unfortunately. The Blood Artist is doing some real work here. Okay, that's all I got, dude. Go. It's worth noting I do have a Devourer of Destinies in my exile zone. So if I were to cheat in this Ulamog, what would happen is I would have Annihilator 7, which against this board is kind of strangely not that good. Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 permanents, which is a lot. You do the thing. Let me go to 12. I do have protection, so combat's not good. Sack, draw, pain, makes sense. Hapatra, we just die now, right? No, I think they probably need a, whatchamacallit, a young wolf. All right, sack. Hapatra gets the counter. Sack. Blood Artist triggers. Hapatra gets the counter. Hapatra dies. And I'm not losing life to this because I still have protection from my last ring. This is an interesting spot. Wall of Hurts, sure. Sack it, draw a card, sure. Proliferate, sure. Cards in your graveyard. Oh, is it more than 12? There's 13. No, I'm just dead because it's each opponent. Okay, cool. Our opponent actually managed to kill us. So they're going for a line I didn't even see. On the draw, on the play, I think Stonebrain's like silly. I just want to go fast. Does Veil of Summer protect me from the dude from Fulminator Mage? It does. I don't know if that's the thing we want. I think against Yawgmoth, they can be so clunky. We really want to just come at them really hard, if I'm being honest. So let's skip Trinisphere. Let's bring this Ulamog back in. And then maybe let's bring in some Veil of Summers so we can't like get taken out by a Fulminator Mage. Maybe we just do that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's try this. Game 3, round 5. All right, we're on the play. We need a cracked opener. This hand doesn't look particularly cracked. We've got like a turn 2 Talisman, nothing to ramp into from it. We've got Ancient Stirrings, which is like fine. We can try to find like a ring or something. Ultimately, this hand looks slow. Like it's not doing very much. We're gonna mulligan it. All right, this hand's worse, substantially. I don't know if I want to go to 5, and maybe that's because I'm a coward. But we'll try to use Ancient Stirrings to, no, we're going to 5. It's unfortunate, you hate to see it, but I'm mulliganing to 5. There's just so many 5s that are better than this. Is this one of them? Ugin's Lab into Talisman into, yes, this is quite a bit better. We want to go, Ugin's Lab, does it, how big does the thing have to be? Maybe, okay, so this hand's actually not that good. I need to give me a moment to think, because I think we have to keep it still. Okay, I awkwardly think. I know Cozy's Return's one of the best cards in our deck, but I think we need to ship the Cozy's Return. We're going to try to power out this Kozilek's command in Mycospawn. I guess that means, no, I guess that means what we need to do, right, is we need to go turn 2 Talisman of Impulse, hopefully draw a land, and then use Cozy's command to try to find an Eldrazi and just power out this Through the Breach. So I think this is tough. I think we're probably going to lose this game if I'm being honest. But I'm going to go into this with the mentality that it's just going to work out. I'm going to pitch Sowing Mycospawn and return and keep this. And then I'm going to go to my main phase and I'm going to open up on a Gemstone Caverns and pass. If we get Thoughtseize, the game ends promptly. If our opponent Fulminator mages us on turn 2, the game ends promptly. And they kept 7, so the likelihood of that's pretty high, actually. When I looked at their deck, I don't think I saw any Thoughtseize, so I don't think they're going to Thoughtseize us. Looks like they don't have a turn 1 play either. Okay, we draw. It's an Emrakul, meaning what? Meaning that we can play Ugin's Lab, trigger the Lab, tuck the Emmy, and then tap for 2 and jam the Talisman. Okay, go opponent. They fetch, sure. Surveil, sure. They go top, that's unfortunate for us. Tap for 2, play a Wall of Roots, sure. I see your Wall of Roots. What else are you playing? Young Wolf, you got it. All right, they're passing to us. We really want to leverage this Cozy's command for sure. A second Through the Breach isn't ideal. I think with these Cozy's commands, we're looking at getting Fulminator Maged here, which is tough. One of the ways we can kind of fight that, well, Fulminator Mage is Rakdos hybrid, so they actually can't use their Wall of Roots to help accelerate it. So maybe our players should just hope they don't have it. Cozy's command, look at the top, try to find an Eldrazi, make a couple dudes. You know, alternatively, if we Cozy's command to make 2 dudes, right? Follow me. This is provided we don't just get maged here. If we use Cozy's command to make a couple dudes, then we'll have 1, 2, 3, well, we're not going to count the Ugin's Labyrinth for reasons. But if we make a couple dudes, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 mana outside of the Cozy's command. If we set up a mana source on top of our library, we can use Ugin's Labyrinth to buy back Emrakul and Through the Breach at next turn. This works if they don't have Fulminator Mage. I think it's our line. Now, we can also take out the Wall of Roots. If we use Cozy's to take out Wall of Roots, it cuts them off of courting for a Fulminator Mage, which I think is maybe also very good. But that means we have to naturally draw the land, which we are not favored to do. That said, I think if they've got 4 chords, that's 7 copies of Fulminator Mage. Maybe we just need to do this now. Let's go colorless, 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 colorless. Kozilek's command, cast. Exile, X or less, 0/1s. So I will make the 0/1s. I will exile the Wall of Roots. I don't know if this is right. Definitely let me know in the comments if you play this deck, if you would have taken a different line here. Or if you would have kept one of the earlier hands. They just seem so clunky to me. Sure, yeah, you've added a green mana. Okay, go. That's all I got for you. This means if they do have Fulminator, they need another black source, which is like, they probably have it, but it gets us out of one avenue they could have to Fulminator Mage us, which is chord for it. Because if they still had that wall, they could go tap wall, add green, tap Young Wolf. That's 3 green, any land drop Fulminator Mage us. Now if they have a green source and a Fulminator Mage, or just a chord, they can't do it. Meaning that if they don't Fulminator Mage us this turn, we're just gonna pass, and then we can pick up our Emrakul in response to the Fulminator Mage, and any land lets us Through the Breach them, which is huge. Overgrown Tomb. So if they have the Fulminator Mage, it's womp womp town. Like, we still play because we can draw like land plus whatever, but is it a grist? It's a grist. Okay. I wonder if they have the heads up play to sacrifice. No, they were probably supposed to actually sacrifice to kill an Eldrazi spawn. Because now I think if we draw a land, we just win the game. All right, untap draw. Yeah. Okay. Forest. Activate, return the exiled card to my hand. Red, green, this, colorless, colorless, Through the Breach. And this has Annihilator 6, and they have 6 permanents, so cast this Emrakul. Go to combat. Attack you. Trigger. Sacrifice all of your permanents, please. Now, at some point, we'll have to deal the last 2 points of damage, but I think we'll find a way to do that. All right, Young Wolf triggers, you get it back. Take 15. At some point, we draw a ring or Sowing Mycospawn, or shit, we've got a Through the Breach, so we've bought ourselves a lot of time, which on the mulligan to 5, I wasn't sure if we'd have, so pass to you. Tapped Bog, attack for 2. All right, let the 10-turn clock commence. Ouch. All right, me draw. It's an Ugin's Lab, we'll play it. All right, now if we draw any Eldrazi ever, we win the game as well. And I mean any of them, we can draw a Devourer or whatever. I guess not Sowing Mycospawn, that would be like pretty medium, but what can you do? Hapatra resolves. Like, we're not out of the woods yet. We've just got a potential winning line, which is good. It's better than I thought we were going to have with our 5. All right, off the top, get lucky. Not quite, but that's a Kessig Wolf Run. We'll jam it. Go. Deleted Halfling, sure. I have to imagine because of the way they kept their hand is like Chord plus Mystery card. And they're going to shrink their Young Wolf, which is important because that means a Devourer of Destinies is not lethal. All right, come on, money. I guess I'd take a ring here pretty happily. Ulamog, that's unfortunate. That's not quite the one we wanted, is it? Do we have to do it anyway? Yeah, I think we have to do this anyway because we can still draw like any like a Sowing Mycospawn or something to finish the game. So we just have to do this, I think. Ula, go to combat. No, it only has Annihilator 2, which is tough. You know, probably should have thought of that. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. What costs 2? Orcish Bowmaster? Sure. Sack the Bowboys. Sack Young Wolf plus anything else. It's a shame if that Ulamog was an Emrakul, that would have been game. Pop off a block with the Bowmaster token, that makes sense to me. Okay, go. The only reason we're going to continue playing is because we can, I don't think we're dead here, and Cozy's command to draw. That said, they can totally just chord for Yogg right now, or better yet, probably Blood Artist, or they can just cast Blood Artist. Now, how much damage is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's tough because that means that, well, let's see how they attack here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that means that Cozy's command has Blood Artist killing us. So, yep, you got it. All right, Grove, that we're just dead. I don't think we had a top deck to win, but I'd say good games with opponent regardless. Raw Profit, that's a chest, that's a point, and that's 100 play points. So you love to see it. All things considered, this deck seems sweet. I think, I might do, I tell you what, if anyone wants to see more of this deck, I'll do another league with it. It's not my playstyle. I wouldn't take this to a paper tournament, but all things considered, this deck is like, obviously it's very powerful. It's got a great matchup in Energy, which is huge because Energy is the best deck in the format. I'd say we kind of dodged Frog, Frog Tide, which is probably this deck's worst matchup. So that's pretty lucky. But this deck, I'd like to be able to play it just a little bit better because I feel like that 3-1 could have been at least a 4-1. I don't know if we could have beaten the Hollowed One deck on round 1, but I feel like we probably could have 4-1 with this deck against Yogg if we had known how to sideboard a little bit better. That said, the mulligan to 5 on game 3 was the beats, but we still played a good game. I like it. Hopefully you guys liked it. That's all I have for you today. If Pauper's coming soon, I've gotten some comments about that, so I just ordered like 3 decks, and we'll, I know a lot of Pauper players, so that'll be good. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you next time.